Yes, good evening. SAVVA here from Football Heritage TV. How are we all doing, people? Back for a nice chilled watch along. Brentford at home to Manchester City. Brentford trying to move away from the bottom area of the table. Man City looking to go back towards the top. They have, of course, got 2 games in hand on those around them. So if we look at before we do anything, the Premier League table, Manchester City will go back into second tonight on goal difference if they beat Brentford. If not, if they draw or lose, they will stay third. And Brentford can go 1 place up to 14th above Crystal Palace if they win. Brentford have won 1 of their last 5. Manchester City have won 4 of their last 5, drawing the other game. So this looks like it should be quite interesting. Let me know your thoughts on today's game. Before we do anything, let me just quickly put a note out that I'm live. And normally do that before I start. For some reason, I haven't today. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think the score will be? Is this going to be a walk in the park? Will Brentford frustrate Manchester City? Let me know your thoughts on today's game. I'll tell you some of the comments I've had today, guys and girls, you would have found hilarious. Some of the comments I got today telling me I'm not a real fan because I don't think Spurs are going to win the league. I'm underestimating the players. The Sun's back with the best team in the league. It's just been it's been very, very funny to be brutally honest with you. Very, very funny. Hang on, where are we? Share. Here we go. Join SAVVA Live. Here we go. Join SAVVA Live for Brentford versus City. Yeah, so it's been very, very, very an interesting day, should we say. Let's have a look at the 2 teams, shall we? Let's have a look. Today is Monday. The 2 teams, in case any of you haven't seen them and you want them before you make your decision on a score prediction. Brentford line up with Flekken in goal, a back 3 of Collins, Pinnock and me. Midfield 5 or wing backs, however you want to call it, Rossoslev, Jensen, Norgard, Janelt and Serge Reguilon, with Ivan Toney and Neil Maupay up top. Obviously, the guys that caused Spurs a little bit of damage the other day. And Man City have gone very weak today. They've gone with Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Ake, Vardiol, Rodri, Foden, Alvarez, De Bruyne, Silva, and Haaland. So Rodri, De Bruyne, and Silva with Foden, Alvarez, and Haaland. A very strong team there for Manchester City. So Man City, I think if they're going to win the league, these are the games they've got to be winning. Brentford, though, will be needing the points. They need to get out of trouble. I don't think they're going to go down, but they are only 3 points above Everton, who are in 18th. They're 3 points above Everton, plus Everton could be getting some points back upon their appeal. So we don't know what's going to happen. Yes, of course, this was just sarcasm. Yes, they have not gone weak at all. They've gone very, very, very strong. Haaland and De Bruyne both back in the team today. Let's have a little chat, see who's here. Big up GBC. I wonder if SAVVA still rates Calvin Phillips, even if, I mean, when you said SAVVA rates Calvin Phillips, can we have some context? What did I say about Calvin Phillips? Let me know before. He always does this guy. Always a few cheeky little lies. What did I say about Calvin Phillips? Hennessy, I said, hey, Sav, big up, mate. Sorry I haven't joined the morning shows recently. Had a lot of professional stuff on my plate. Still been coming in and liking the shows. Dude, listen, life comes first, man. This is just football. It's just football. It's just YouTube chat. So big up. Hope everything is well, my friend. Video complete. Sofiane has said, evening, SAVVA. Apparently, we have sent a 70 million euro bid for Rafinha. I'm sure we haven't. I mean, the window's just shut. We might be interested in him, but a 70 million bid. Sorry, is that Antonio Michael Antonio in the studio? Yeah. Looks very, very strange. I don't know what's going on there. Mark Cook has said, big up, SAVVA. Love the watch-alongs. Hope you're well. I am very well, mate. Yeah, they're nice and chilled out. And they're not our team, so we don't have to stress or worry, do we? Spurs Forever said, big up, SAVVA. Hope you watch the Sky analysis on Ogbean. I don't see Sky doing a piece on Brennan Johnson anytime soon. Or maybe they will on what not to do as a winger. City 2-0 win tonight. Yeah, look, I've been really, really impressed with Ogbean. Also, I've been really, really impressed with Doherty of Luton. It's a couple of their players with some brilliant crossing. And then look at ours. Big up to Proud to be a Geordie. So don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, smash the like button. It'll just be a small show today, but smash that like button on your way in. Amy has said, good afternoon. Having some coffee or hot chocolate. Man City has an easy schedule. Yeah, I mean, look, teams only have an easy schedule. It must mean if they're having an easy schedule, that it means they've come off the back of a hard schedule, right? You can't always have an easy schedule. Yeah, listen, it is what it is. By the way, if anyone would like to subscribe, the link is pinned in the chat. Anyone tipping Brentford to win today? 17% have gone for a Brentford home win in our poll so far. Proud to be a Geordie said a Tony masterclass incoming. Mario 2012, big up to you. I said, very good evening, SAVVA, and all in the chat. Very good evening to you as well. Good evening to you and your Calvin Phillips nonsense. Man City happy. Yeah, I think Man City would have been happier yesterday at that result. But hey, they've got to capitalise tonight. Big up, Puneet. Hope you're well, my friend. Proud to be a Geordie. Listen, I've not changed my mind all season. City first, Liverpool second, Arsenal third. That's what I'm going with. Video complete. Sophia said City to win 3-1. Robert thinks it's going to be 5-0. Josh Gaines said, hey, Sovereign Chat, hoping Brentford pull a masterclass. Yeah, all Liverpool fans all over the world watching this being Brentford fans for tonight. Amy has said the English Premier League getting boring because Man City has won almost every season for a decade now. Yeah, but every other league gets called a Farmers League. But hey, it is what it is. Mark Cook said 4-0 City. Proud to be a Geordie said Brentford 3-1. No logic, just hope. 8-0 to City. Interesting. A back three against City. Yeah. More like Ethan Pillock. Okay, fair enough, on the road. Good evening. Angus is in the house. Angus, of course, a very good day for your boys yesterday. Fair play. Great win for your boys yesterday. And thoroughly deserved as well. I thought Liverpool didn't get going at all. And the first half was the best I've seen Arsenal play all season, if I'm honest. Mark Cook said, little whacker for me tonight, SAVVA. City, Sevilla, Zaragoza, and Cagliari. £3 for £150 back. Oh, let's hope that comes in for you. But I mean, GBC, he was very good at Leeds. But as I said as well, he's going to have to play some games to get back into any sort of form and fitness, isn't he? You can't just say, oh, he's had one nightmare game and he's rubbish. It's just not quite how it works, is it? Aqua Subs, I said, evening, Sava. If not too busy the next while, can you take a look at Andre from Fluminense and let us know what you think? Yeah, I can definitely go and have a look at his YouTube and see what's going on. Video complete has said domination. Edit video. Oh, hang on, Angus. I mean, I wouldn't say you talking about Arsenal yesterday. I thought first half you dominated. Second half, I don't think you dominated at all. But it is what it is. Raheem has gone for 4-1 to City. Angus, of course, is hoping and praying that Brentford can find a win. Rooksy Pop, big up, bro. Hope you're well. I said 3-3 draw, Tony and Haaland hat tricks as they're both in my fantasy team. God, that would be a night, wouldn't it? Big up, Tyler. Hope you're well, my friend. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Aqua Subs has said City to do Brentford tonight. What we should be working towards. We'll see. Listen, I think City will win. I think I've already said I think they're going to win this Premier League. I think they'll win it quite easily in the end, but that's just me. That's just me. They're on a bit of a roll. Can Brentford stop them? When you look at it, De Bruyne, Rodri and Silva, I mean, there's no better midfield for me in world football than De Bruyne, Rodri and Silva. Just ridiculous. CC Drags has said 3-3. It wasn't. The second half wasn't complete domination from you at all. It wasn't. So let's stop that, please. This is why can't just be gracious. Just be gracious. Say you won the game, and move on. Like your fans celebrated like you won the league. You're now talking about total domination in the first half. Yes, second half, no. Spurs Forever said, bar Tony, anyone else from Brentford team you take for us? Umbremo good, but sure, he's in and out, a wide player. I'd take Umbremo all day, every day. We've got Brennan Johnson. We've got Brennan Johnson in our team. By the way, I'm going to try and make sure I get this timer right today. I've started it already. Hang on, there we go. I've messed it up. Hang on, let's see if I can get it right. 0, boom. Right, ready? It looks like we're about to kick off here at Brentford in the Community Tech, whatever it's called, stadium. It looks like Alvarez will get us underway. And there we go. We are off. Brentford 0, Manchester City 0. Tyler said, I got Foden, Alvarez and Ake in the Fantasy Premier League team. Need some points. Oh, God. Yeah. Where are we? Barat, they do. They've got 0 injuries in the entire squad now. They've got everyone back fit for the running. Who do I support? I'm a Tottenham fan. I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan. I don't support Brentford or City. Just bored on a Monday night. Thought we might as well do a watch-along. GBC fan. Also, Savio to City is happening. Yeah, great player. We're talking about Savio at Girona. Really good player. Barat has gone 5-0 to Man City. It depends which City you get, doesn't it? Let's see how this game settles down. I would suggest they're going to have a lot of the ball. I'll tell you what, I'm going to open up this next question to the chat. Who's the next manager for the sack? Surely Potter's got to be Pochettino or Roy Hodgson, right? I've got to be right up there. By the way, here's Vardy back to Ake. Ake, it's all the pattern's already set. Everyone from Brentford is behind the ball. Carl Walker's going to bring it forward, and City are just going to try and prod and probe and find gaps in the Brentford defence. But every single player from Brentford is in the fight in their third, not even their half. There's the ball into Foden. Foden pulls it back early. It's got a cross and headed out by Brentford. And Brentford are on the break here with Ivan Toney, who's gone wide. He's got Ake and Vardy for company. He's going down the line. He's still going with it. Ake, he's managed to squeeze a ball into Molpe, who's crowded out by Rodri. Rodri lays it back to Diaz. They've made a mess of that City, though. The ball's gone out wide to Toney. He's whipped it in, and it's cleared away by Diaz, and it's out for a throw-in to Brentford. So Brentford just looking to hit Man City on the break there. The clearance from Diaz actually hit Rodri and bounced back into the Brentford path. And a decent ball. Well, I mean, it was actually a poor ball, really, from Toney, but City made a bit of a mess of it. And it's Brentford 0, Man City 1. It's going to be a corner kick, not a throw-in. Serge Reguilon is going to take this corner kick. Reggie's going to take it left-footed on the right-hand side, whips it in, and Haaland has cleared it at the near post, and Phil Foden can bring it under control. And he knocks it long for De Bruyne to chase, and De Bruyne will chase down Flekken. The ball's going back to Flekken, and Flekken can play it long, and City can bring it out again here. Here's Vardy into Foden, Foden to Rodri, and Rodri can, as always, start to conduct for Man City. Here's Carl Walker. Been a lively start to the game. No chances, but it's been a lively start. Carl Walker now driving through the midfield, plays it across to Foden. Foden goes out wide to Vardy. You get the feeling Man City are going to have a hell of a lot of the football tonight. And I think they're just going to sit in, aren't they, Brentford, and try and hit on the counter-attack. Who knows? It could work or it might backfire. But here's Vardy into Ake. I completely agree with this as well. Sorry, not this. This. I think, for me, he's the best player in the league by a country mile. Just in my opinion, I think he's absolutely superb. There's a ball across cut out by Brentford, but given away again to Man City, and Man City can come at them again. They're just prodding, probing, trying to find a gap. And here's Rodri again. Goes out wide to Vardiol. Vardiol's ball doesn't quite get through, and Brentford, can they break again? They've gone down the line, and Nathan Ake will beat Tony in a foot race, and he goes back to Ederson. Human has said, big up SAVVA, big up to you. At what point did we, Spurs, ever do anything in the transfer window to warrant being anywhere near challenging for the league? We haven't. Just some fans they don't want to believe it. Honestly, the messages I've been getting today, I can't be a real Spurs fan because I don't believe we're going to win it. What do you mean? We're 7 points off the top, right? There's 15 games left. It's a 3-game swing. That's just to Liverpool. Man City could go 8 points clear of us if they win their 2 games in hand. It's madness, but hey, it is what it is. Here's Rodri. Rodri sets it to this. This is going to be a game of cat and mouse, isn't it? Here's Diaz striding forward, puts it out wide to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker with a good ball into Alvarez, who's tackled, and Brentford can bring the ball out, but they're struggling to clear it, and it comes off of Bernardo Silva for a throw into Brentford. So 5.5 minutes gone. Philly said, hypothetical question. If Arteta goes 4 seasons without winning anything, having spent 640 million, would you sack him? I mean, look, I don't know. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but at what point is it failure? I don't know. How long do you give a manager before it's failure? He's had a lot of money, a lot of his own players. I don't know. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I just think a lot of underwhelming signings for me. Here's Man City, though. They finally found a little bit of space. Bernardo Silva plays a great ball into Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne pulls it back across goal and into the arms of Flekken. But that was the first time Man City have managed to get a bit of space. Here's Brentford with their own bit of space and a really poor ball. Could have got Tony in, but a really poor ball. And now City can counter the other end. Bernardo Silva is going to lay in De Bruyne. He pulls it back. There's Haaland, and it's blocked by the defender. So it's the first opportunity for Haaland, blocked by the defender. And City are overloading on this right-hand side. And it was Pinnock in the way of Haaland's shot. Here's Vardiol. Vardiol plays it into Alvarez. Back to Vardiol. He goes into Haaland to Alvarez to Vardiol. And then that's blocked by, I think that's Janssen. Is that Janssen or Norgard or Rodoslev? And it's out for a throw-in to Brentford. So a good start to this game. Good opening 7 minutes. De Bruyne pulled the ball back. Haaland just went to sweep it in, and Pinnock was in line. There's a lot of bodies between Man City and the goal. That's going to have to be very accurate. There's a ball lumped down the field. That's the only way I can describe that. It was lumped, and it's lumped straight out of play. Yeah. So it is now Manchester City 0, Brentford 0. Here's Rodri into Vardiol. Vardiol goes back to Ake. Ake back to Ederson. They're going to close Ederson down. He pings it out wide to Kyle Walker. He's asked a bit of work for Walker there, who does excellently. And it's out for a throw-in to Man City. It's a good game. It's a good game. You can see how the pattern is going to go. And big up to everyone inside, but do smash that like button. Here's Kevin De Bruyne on a break. Kevin De Bruyne is running through them, and excellent tracking back. I think that was Norgard. Whoever that was, excellent tracking back. Knocked De Bruyne off the ball, and Brentford can bring the ball forward. Only 41 likes, people. Smash that like button. Come on, guys. It's free. Smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Brilliant defending there. Brilliant tracking back. So Brentford sweep the ball from centre-half out towards the winger. He heads it on, and Neil Maupay will chase Diaz, but he's going to get nowhere near him. Diaz goes back to Ederson. What did I think of Liverpool yesterday? I was very disappointed in them, to be honest. They really did get going, did they? And then second half, I thought they were better, but then too many mistakes. Here's Nathan Ake, though. Nathan Ake's driving forward. He's been driving forward up the other end of the pitch. Vardio with a lovely little Cruyff turn. He plays it inside to Alvarez. Alvarez has a dig and a great save from Flekken. Alvarez couldn't quite get out his feet. Then he finally did. Had a dig from about 20 yards, 19 yards. Let's have a look. About 20 yards, maybe creeping in the corner. Let's have a look. Was it creeping in or just wide? It was bending. I think it was going in. And Flekken pushed it out for a corner. Good chance there for Manchester City. Good to see a player having a shot as well. I like players having a shot from 20-odd yards. Here's Kevin De Bruyne with a corner kick for Man City. De Bruyne whips it in. It's into the penalty area. The ball's going to bounce up. It's headed back in, headed out again, headed back in by Ake. Rodri's trying to bring it down. It's landed at the feet of Rodri. Sorry, it wasn't Rodri. It was Vardio. Had a shot, but it's deflected away. And Man City can keep the pressure on with another corner. So it's a corner kick to Manchester City. Ake headed the ball back in. They're asking for a penalty. I mean, it definitely wasn't a penalty. Definitely wasn't a penalty. But it's going to be a corner kick. So Brentford again, just trying to organise themselves. The corner kick's going to come in again from Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne whips it in right-footed to the near post. It's headed out by Pinnock all the way back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne volleys it back in all the way across to Haaland. He lays it off to Bernardo Silva, who dinks it to the back post. And Pinnock went to head it cleared and then I think just left it or missed it, and it's out for a Brentford goal kick. Brentford 0, Man City 0, 11.5 minutes gone, but we're starting to see a bit of a pattern here. I'd love him in my back four, though. I'll be honest, I'd love him in my back four. Flekken with the goal kick. He launches it really long towards Tony, but Diaz beats him to the header of the ball. And here's Bernardo Silva, who can bring it forward. He's just weaving past one. He's tackled by the second player. And the ball goes into Brentford are away here. Tony's through on goal. I'm not sure if he's offside. And the shot is saved. And then it's given offside in the end. I did think he looked offside. Sometimes, you know, when you just think you look offside. Let's have a look. I thought he looked quite a way off. Let's have a look. I mean, it wasn't miles off, but it was offside. Yeah, it was offside. So it would be a free kick to Man City. Thank you, Keith. Thank you. Man City then play the ball into Foden. Foden brings the ball down, gives it to Vardio. Vardio into Alvarez. He goes back to Rodri. Lovely turn from Rodri to play it out towards Diaz, and City can have a bit of space on this right-hand side. Angus again over-egging. I didn't think Saka was electric in any way, shape or form. Martinelli looked dangerous, but no way was he electric Saka. What a load of nonsense. Great save by Flekken. Sorry, just as we were cussing Angus for his lies again. Haaland brought the ball down, gave it to Alvarez, who had another shot from 25 yards, saved low down by Flekken. That's the second attempt that was just creeping in. Sorry, who watched this game yesterday? Did anyone think Saka was electric? I thought Saka scored a tap in and did nothing else. What are we watching here? How on earth was he electric? Oh, Carl Walker has just had an absolute blinder from about 35 yards, and Flekken has tipped it wide. Here you go. He's having a shot. I don't know. It's going in. It's going in, and Flecken's got the arm to it. I mean, what did he do? He got a tap in. What did he do? I feel like, again, look, I can't even deal with Angus today. It's too much. Every Arsenal player is brilliant. Flekken has now made 3 or 4 really good saves in the first 14 minutes here. Man City are getting closer and closer. Yes, absolutely. He was good. He was okay, but he didn't. I didn't see what he did that was amazing. So it's a corner kick. Neil Maupay is all over Diaz here. Flekken clears it. It falls to Alvarez. He lays it back to Walker, who flicks it all the way wide to De Bruyne. De Bruyne is going to dink it back to the back post, and it's gone over everyone. Agreed. Agreed. Martinelli, I thought, was very good, but I didn't think Saka did anything of note. I mean, listen, you can't knock a player for scoring a goal, but the same way Brennan Johnson did nothing in the first half. But scored. Sorry, the same way Brennan Johnson did nothing against Brentford, but scored. He did nothing in the game. Angus, stop this nonsense. So I don't do this bias stuff. Stop this, please. Stop this. It's really it's childish. It's really, really childish now. Can we stop this? Every time I say something about Arsenal, it's not. Of course, you would say this. Your Spurs. You just think Saka's brilliant. I don't know why. Right, Brentford now whip the ball forward. Ederson comes out and plays it nonchalantly over, but out. He didn't get that one right. And it's a throw-in to Brentford. So Brentford so far have had 26% possession and no shots, compared to Man City's 74% and 5 shots. Neto. Now, Neto's a top winger. Neto is what Arsenal fans think Saka does. I keep hearing that he's tripled up on a lot. I just don't think he does a lot when he gets the ball. Sorry. I agree, Philly. I agree. Arsenal fans watch a completely different game. I mean, Angus said, complete domination. The first half, I thought Arsenal were very good. I thought they were very good. Second half, I didn't think it was domination at all. I was disappointed in the second half by both teams, to be honest with you. But yeah, it is what it is. Here is Vardio, throw in left-hand side, lays it off to Rodri, then sweeps the ball all the way across to Kyle Walker, but he didn't get enough on it. And Brentford have got the ball in midfield. Can they get a bit of possession? They haven't had a lot so far, but nice couple of passes. Here's Reguilon trying to run at Walker and Rodri. He's not got anywhere yet, but he's still retained it. He's still got the ball, and he's run it out. And Rodri can get it off him quite easily. Yeah, Reggie didn't really look like he was going anywhere there. And now Kyle Walker can play it forward, but it's given away again. And Brentford could put the ball into the box, but it wasn't good at all. Here's Ederson. Yeah, Bill, I don't know what they watched. They go, oh, Saka was brilliant. Saka scored a tap-in. I mean, it was like, anyway. Here's Kyle Walker. He plays the ball into Diaz. Diaz goes across to Ake. And it looks like Brentford are going to see out the first 20 minutes here without conceding. And here's Kevin De Bruyne. He nicks in front of the Brentford defender. He dinks it to the back post, left-footed. Haaland's crowded out by 2 men. And it's a corner kick to Manchester City. Oh, Rob, wouldn't it? Yeah, absolutely. I'd love Pedro Neto. A proper winger that gets on the ball and makes things happen. So, corner kick again from Man City here. I don't know how many they've had, but it feels like they've had 5 or 6 already. Probably maybe just 4, but I think they've had a few. Kevin De Bruyne is going to whip this in again. Mopé causing a pain of himself, and Tony flicks it off. Only as far as Bernardo Silva to Kyle Walker. Walker goes across to Alvarez. Alvarez dinks it to the back post. It's gone over everyone. It's fallen to Vardial, who has a swing from 20 yards high and wide, and that isn't troubling anybody. And it's Brentford 0, Manchester City 0, 19 and a half minutes gone. So as it stands in the live table, Manchester City will be 2 points behind Arsenal at the moment, with a game in hand. That's if they draw this game. If they win this game, they'll go back above Arsenal and still have a game in hand that would leave them above Liverpool if they won that game in hand. So, their ball is through on goal. I don't know if he's offside. Neil Mopé's put the ball in. And Man City are 1-0 down. Neil Mopé has scored. Neil Mopé has scored a goal. They're looking round, asking for offside, but it's 1-0 to Brentford. It looked like it was the Route 1 ball. Let's have another look at that. Man City are asking for offside. I'm not sure it was, I think that's a good goal. But we'll see. Neil Mopé doing what he did to Spurs. Opening the scoring. Let's have a look. So, Ivan Toney. I don't know. Hang on. So Toney didn't touch it. So it was when the goalkeeper kicked it. I think he's off. Isn't he off? I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. Can you be... I'm not sure. Can you be off from the goal kick? Well, the goal's been given, and it's 1-0 to Brentford. 1-0 to Brentford. I thought he was off. I don't know the rules, but 1-0 to Brentford. Let's change the scoreline. Brentford have taken the lead, and Liverpool and Arsenal fans will be very, very happy. And here goes Man City at the other end. It's a corner kick to Manchester City. There you go. There you go. Can't be offside from a goal kick. There you go. Thank you. Learn something new every day. Something new every day. So here is Kevin De Bruyne with another corner. But Route 1 wins the day. Corner kick, swung in, headed out. Here's Phil Foden as a shot from the edge of the box, blocked. And Alvarez will go and clear it. Alvarez is going to bring it forward. Brentford have got everyone behind the ball. And here's Ruben Diaz. Every single Brentford player is behind the ball. Here's Kyle Walker. He chips the ball in, headed out by Ben Mee. Good player, Ben Mee. Always does a really good job. Always does a really good job, Ben Mee. Just a solid pro. And City give the ball away. And now Brentford are given away. Haaland is one-on-one, and he's missed it. Great save from the keeper. Really good save from Flekken. Haaland went through on goal, but didn't look convincing. And the keeper saved it one-on-one. Great save by Flekken. Here's Bernardo Silva, dinks it inside to De Bruyne. De Bruyne flicks it over, and there's a header down into the arms of Flekken. So, yeah. I mean, the ball was given away. Haaland was through on goal. He opened his body up, left-footed, went to steer it in the bottom corner. And to be fair, a really good save by the keeper. Haaland, he's got to score that, but let's not take anything away from the keeper. Great save. Flekken is having a great game. He's having an absolute great game. He's saving everything at him at the moment. Here is Kyle Walker. This is a good game now. I think it's made City have to come out a bit quicker. The ball played down the line by Walker into Haaland. He's being held up by Pinnock. And it's into the arms of Flekken. So it's still Brentford 1, Man City 0 after 24 minutes. A long way to go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So here is Ivan Toney. He sweeps the ball wide all the way across to... he's not kept it in. I thought Roderslev was going to keep that in, but he didn't. And it's a Man City. Is it offside or was it for a throw? I'm not sure what's happening here. It looks like it was offside or a foul or something. Anyway, it's a free kick to Man City. 25 minutes exactly gone here, and it is 1-0 to Brentford. So they've done exactly to Spurs what they're doing to Man City here. GBC fan, he has to, but I mean, it is Gareth Southgate. You never know. He's such a bad manager. Points dropped from winning positions this year. Brentford have the most points dropped. 23 points dropped from winning positions. There's a ball played over the top to Neil Mopai. He sweeps the ball on, but only as far as Diaz. And now Rodri can set the ball to Walker, who can bring it forward again. It's clear that they feel they're going to get all the joy down the right-hand side. Yeah, I agree. It was a bit cringe, but hey. Here's Carl Walker. Carl Walker, luck. The ball's bounced from him kindly. It's gone all the way across. Here's Vardio. He sets it as a shot, and Flekken saves again. Flecken's having one of them games. Flecken's having one of them games where everything pinged at him. He's just tipping around the post. City got lucky with a bounce, but Vardio has a shot. It's going in the bottom corner, and Flekken should have saved it, but did save it. Mate, they're all over them. The keeper's having a great game. They're all over them, chance after chance. Neil Mopai is a pain in the backside, isn't he? He really is. He was against us the other night. He is again tonight. The ref's just having a word with him. It's constantly Diaz and Mopai. Oh, funny times, funny times. So it's a corner kick to Man City. De Bruyne into the box. Haaland tries to snatch at it. It's all pinging about. One again in the air by Brentford. Now one in the air by City. Now one in the air by Brentford. Only as far as Bernardo Silva. Brentford can't hold on like this for all game, can they? This is crazy. Ball's gone all the way back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays it into Rodri. Rodri, lovely turn back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne goes back inside to Diaz. He puts it out wide to Alvarez. Alvarez goes out wide to Carl Walker. To Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva back to Carl Walker. He whips it in over everybody. And the Brentford defender snaps at it and clears it. And Brentford live to see another day. And their 1-0 lead is still intact. Yes, something we don't do. Something we don't do. Yes, I've been very well, thank you. I hope you're well. And the Brentford player just going down. Thinks he's winded a bit. I think this is clever just to take a little bit of sting out of the Manchester City attack. But it is Brentford 1, Man City 0. And Man City have had 10 shots at goal in the first half an hour, 6 on target. Haaland puts it into Foden. Foden to Rodri. Rodri pings it out wide to Silva. Silva lays it off to De Bruyne. De Bruyne pings it over and out for another corner. This is crazy. Another corner to Man City. This is Man City's 8th corner of the game. This is their 8th corner in the first half an hour. Brentford 1, Man City 0. Can they get to half time with this lead intact? Let me know in the chat. Are Man City going to get one back by half-time. Corner comes in, headed out, and it's at Bernardo Silva's feet. City are going to come again with Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker goes in to Alvarez, who goes out wide to Vardiol. Vardiol back into Bernardo Silva. Silva to Walker. City look like they've got the bit between their teeth at the moment. Walker plays it out wide to De Bruyne, who's drifting out wide a lot. Plays a lovely ball into Silva. Silva back to Walker. Walker plays a lovely ball down the line to Alvarez, who snaps at his shot, and Flekken can gather that. Oh, madness. It's absolutely mad. This is, I've never seen, well, I have, but, you know, this is a pummeling without conceding. But Brentford on the break, you never know. They scored through Route 1. Can they do it again? Ake wins the header, and City win it back. Here's Vardiol. They're coming again. Rodri to Vardiol. Rodri was caught. He's holding his ankle. And Neil Maupay has been shown a yellow card. Wow. Yeah, Neil Maupay is a horrible little git, isn't he? He really is. I mean, it wasn't a nice tackle. It was a bad tackle. Yeah, right on top of his foot. And Neil Maupay, if he doesn't calm down, will end up getting himself sent off. I mean, most of the time it does, Amy. The thing is, it does a lot of the time. Keeping the ball does a lot of the time. Otherwise, they wouldn't have won the treble and 5 of the last 6 league titles. Here's Ake. Diaz into Walker. Walker plays it down the line to Silva. But the ball's given away. Here's Ivan Toney. He's got no one on him, but he's done brilliantly there. And the ball's played across, but Vardiol can bring that out. Vardiol plays it into Foden. Foden with a lovely turn away from Jensen. I think it was Jensen. And Foden still dribbling past them. Goes back to Vardiol. Back into Ake. Lovely football. He's a lovely footballer, is Phil Foden. Really good footballer with the ball at his feet. Here's Alvarez. Little dummy. Puts it out wide to Walker. Walker. God, Brentford have got everyone back. There's not many gaps there, but here's Bernardo Silva. City are going to have to be patient. Here's De Bruyne with a cross, and it's out for another corner kick. Is this their 10th or their 9th corner kick in the first 31 minutes? Wow. Kevin De Bruyne is going to take this corner kick. This is absolutely mental. So, corner, that's not a good one. That one by De Bruyne, and Brentford can bring it clear, can they? They've just lumped it forward, and it's going to go straight out for a throw-in to Manchester City. I mean, Matthew Horsfield, you're very reactionary. They're still going to win the league, in my opinion. Still going to win the league. Here's Ruben Diaz to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker is probing. He's looking for a gap. He's gone into Foden, puts it straight back to Walker. Walker plays a ball into Haaland. It's cleared by Pinnock, and Serge Reguilon can lump it clear. Kyle Walker can win it back. Rodri wins it back. This time De Bruyne has got it. He's tackled, and Brentford can clear it finally, can they? They've gone back to Flekken. Flekken clears it, and they can have a bit of breathing space, but the ball's gone straight back to Walker, who goes back to Silva. This is relentless. Relentless pressure. Ederson heads the ball out. Brentford are asking for a free kick. They're not going to get it. And here's Kyle Walker into Phil Foden. Phil Foden plays it out wide to Vardiol. Vardiol into Rodri. Rodri back to Vardiol. Vardiol turns, gives it to Nathan Ake. Ake to Foden. Foden to Silva. Silva cuts inside again. Has a shot from 20 yards over the bar. Just high over the bar. And Brentford are arguing that why City didn't put the ball out, but you don't have to unless it's a head injury, do you? Let's see, was it a head injury? No, get up. Come on, let's play on. What happened to men playing football? Come on. Oh, what happened to... What is... Everyone's just constantly... Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Big up, everybody. Smash that like button, please. Do smash that like button on your way in or your way out, whatever way you're going. YouTube are doing something funny. What's going on with YouTube? It's showing me absolutely nothing. What's going on there? Only 67 likes, people. Come on. 67 likes. They're just showing the Mope guy again. Yeah, so I thought at first Tony might have got a flick on, but he didn't. He left it and it went all the way through. So Brentford 1, Man City 0. So is he still down injured? I didn't think he was even caught, was he? So it looks like we're back playing. Quite nippy tonight. So we're back playing. God, he's just walking off injured now. How long does that take? Come on, mate. He only nicked you. Who does it with an average team? There's the question I'd ask. Who does it with an average team? What does average team mean? So Flekken's got the ball. See, this is where people get really stupid. What do you mean, nah, he'd get exposed? What do you mean? Isn't that the same of every top manager? Would Klopp do it with an average team? Would Jose have done it with an average team? What do you mean? There's a reason these guys manage the best teams in the world. Agreed. I know everyone's so childish all the time, Ryan. It's madness. Absolutely mad. Listen, if Pep took an average team, they'd be playing much better football, wouldn't they, within weeks of him going there? I don't know what is wrong with people. Everyone just wants to hate all the time. All the world's best players and experts say he's the best coach out there, and people on here saying, "Oh no, he'd struggle." Makes you laugh. Corner kick to Brentford. Long throw headed out by Rodri. Yeah, I mean, the answer to every question, isn't it, is all about Ranieri in that 1 year. But this is proud to be a Geordie. Why would Pep ever go to a lower team? Why? It's like the best players in the world don't go and play for the worst teams. Why is Pep Guardiola not going to manage one of the best teams in the world? The pressure that must be on him to win, constantly win. I feel like there's a documentary on BBC about Pep. Please, can everyone go and watch it? Because the disrespect to the world's best manager is just absolutely baffling. The disrespect is shocking. Madness. There's a corner kick here. Serge Reguilon's going to whip it in. No, he's not. He's played it short to Jensen. Back to Reguilon. He now plays it in and it goes all the way through. And Ederson saw it late, palmed it away. Back to Pinnock. Pinnock to Mope. He whips it in low and Walker can clear it. Brentford, can they keep the pressure up? It's gone out wide to Pinnock. Pinnock's got Walker for company. He's done really well here, Pinnock. And it's another corner. They've done well there. Please do not do this. Please do not put fake scores in the chat. It is not 2-0. Do not put fake scores in the chat, please. Please do not do this. So a corner kick here for Brentford. 6 minutes and a half plus injury time. Corner kick whipped in, headed clear by Erling Haaland, and Neil Maupay goes all the way home. And Flekken, who's nearly on the halfway line, dinks it forward. And it's gone all the way through. As it? No, he's kept it in. I thought it was going out for a goal kick. They've kept it in. Here's Pinnock again, whipped in, headed out by Nathan Ake. And Brentford can just have a little bit of the football for the first time in the game, really. The ball's gone out wide. Pinnock again. Is it Pinnock? I think that's Pinnock again. And this time cleared by Phil Foden, who scooped it, though. Not the best clearance. And now Man City can bring it forward with Kyle Walker, who absolutely motors past Janssen. He's so quick, isn't he? I've no idea what you're talking about. Here's Vardial. Here's Ake. De Bruyne into Vardial, into Foden. Foden sweeps it wide. It doesn't reach Silva, and Reguilon can bring it out. But has he kept it in? He's not kept it in, and it's out for a throw-in. What do you mean, have I ever considered product placement? No idea what he's talking about, this guy. Kyle Walker. Back to Diaz. Diaz plays it across to Ake. Ake goes out to Vardiol. Vardiol goes back into Nathan Ake. Back to Vardiol. He puts it into... Oh, I thought he was going to go to Rodri. He's not. He has. He's gone to Rodri. Rodri back to Vardiol. Everyone behind the ball for Brentford here. There's not really any gaps. De Bruyne has found one, though. That is a superb ball and really, really wasted there by Vardiol. What a pass from Kevin De Bruyne. He saw a gap that wasn't there. And Vardiol... I think he had to... A lovely ball. I think Vardiol needed to play that across the box, the 6-yard box. He didn't. He kind of scooped it wide. It wasn't really a shot or a cross in the end. And it's still Brentford 1, Manchester City 0. Diaz into Rodri. He goes back to Ederson. Ederson clears his lines, but not great. The shot came in. Oof. And now De Bruyne can break at the other end. Here's De Bruyne again. Lovely ball into Rodri. Rodri's dribbled through 2 of them. Great football from Rodri. He goes back to Kevin. No, he doesn't. He's still going. And he tried a through ball, but it was cut out. Really good defending there. And can Brentford attack? No, that's really poor from Brentford. They've given it away to Walker. And Walker goes back to Diaz. Diaz into Phil Foden. And here's Rodri again. He's always on the ball, isn't he? Rodri into Alvarez. Alvarez. And Brentford for 2 games in a row going to go in 1-0 up. There's a ball out wide to Vardiol. Vardiol wide on the left. He goes back inside to Alvarez. Alvarez to Rodri. Rodri has dinked it wide. It's a great ball out to Bernardo Silva. Brings it down on his chest. Bernardo Silva back into De Bruyne. De Bruyne, lovely ball into Foden. Foden, lovely ball into Rodri. Tried one too many passes there for me. Should have had a shot. Tried one too many passes. They've won it back. Here's Phil Foden with a shot. On Flekken this time. The shot of from Phil Foden. Flekken went to catch it. It kind of squirmed under his arms, but out for a corner kick. But it's just chance after chance, and it's a throw-in now for Man City on the left-hand side, and Flekken has been a very, very busy boy in this half. Yeah, just squirmed out of his arms. Here's Alvarez. Alvarez goes back to Ake. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Goes all the way across to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's ball just gets past Tony to Rodri. Rodri plays it out wide to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, one-on-one with a fullback, plays it back to Rodri. Rodri's twisting and turning, goes back to Silva. Good ball by Foden out to De Bruyne. De Bruyne is one-on-one. De Bruyne's had a curling shot and saved again from Flekken. Flecken's having one of those games. One of those games. Yeah, I think the difference is, Daniel Harris, Foden compared to our midfielders is just different level, isn't he? None of our midfielders can lay a glove on Phil Foden for me. But listen, it's still 1-0 to Brentford. You do get the feeling, though, a goal is coming. The most saves in a Premier League game. 9 tonight he's made. There's a volley, and it's just wide for another corner. What do you mean, Mike? I don't quite understand what you're saying. There's a ball in from De Bruyne, cleared. And it's a free kick to Brentford. I think that's really, really weak, but it's a free kick to Brentford. Flekken has made 9 saves in this first half. 9. Surely. Can they do it? Can they keep them out the whole game? That volley there was volleyed into the ground. It hit Rodoslev and went out, but it's a 3 minutes of injury time. There's 2 minutes of it left. Can Brentford keep the ball in the City half for the last bit? Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne to Haaland. Foden pings it out wide. Lovely to Bernardo Silva. They're coming again, Man City. And Pep will be absolutely gutted they've not managed to get a goal yet. Here's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva goes back into Rodri. Rodri lets the ball run. Plays it to Foden. Foden turns off to Ake. Ake to... Thought he was going to go to Vardio, but doesn't. Goes back inside to Rodri. Rodri tries to flick it through, but doesn't get enough purchase. Brentford can break here, can they? Here's Tony. Tony swept the ball wide to Mope. Mope's going to try and run Walker. But let's be honest, he knows he's not going to beat Cole Walker for pace, and he goes all the way home. So just over a minute for Brentford to hold on to half-time. And again, lump long straight into Ederson. Ederson can now bring it out to Ake. In the last 5 minutes, Man City have had 92% possession. This is mental. How they have not scored is beyond me. Here's Phil Foden into Rodri. Rodri now with 45 seconds left. He goes into Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne whips it in. It's cleared as far as Phil Foden. Phil Foden, it's 1-1. It's 1-1. It didn't. It was coming and coming and coming and coming. Phil Foden with the goal. It has been coming. What a fantastic footballer this lad is. How England do not build around him and Bellingham is beyond me. Fantastic footballer. The ball by Rodri. It was played to De Bruyne. De Bruyne whipped it in. A bad clearance by Pinnock. It fell to Foden. Took a touch on his... Let's get these feet right. He took a touch with his chest and then volleyed it in with his left foot. Top player, top goal. Good finish through the leg, through 2 defenders. Very well done there by Foden. And Man City are back on level terms, and that's going to be the stroke of half-time. Let's see. I think the ref's going to blow any second now. It's been a good half. I mean, Brentford will be gutted. They've done all that defending and then not gone in at half-time 1-0 up. But brilliant play by Vardio. Absolutely brilliant defending that from Vardio. Here's Rodri. Rodri plays the ball out wide to Walker. Walker's going to play the ball down the line, is he? Walker with a fantastic pass. That is a brilliant pass to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's put it into Haaland and a great bit of defending that. Whoever that was, fantastic defending. I think it was Norgard. I might be wrong. It might have been Janelt. That or Collins. Absolutely brilliant defending from Collins. But Man City look like they're going to score at will. And Flekken has to be man of the match. Surely Flekken has to be man of the match right now, doesn't he? 1-1 at half time. Doesn't tell the story, but hey, Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans will be hoping that Brentford can do more of the same in the second half. But Brentford, oh, hang on, sorry, bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Boom. No, hang on. There we go. So 1-1 half time. What a pleasure to watch players like Rodri and De Bruyne. It truly, truly is top footballers. But Brentford showing you sometimes you cannot beat Route 1. Ball all the way over the top from the keeper. And Mopé, who's now got one against Spurs, one against Man City. Sorry, who said they were anti-football? How are they anti-football? Who said they were anti-football? That's got to be someone very bad. Who said that? Who said that, please? I'd love to see who said that. Jesus, Brentford are anti-football. I mean, look, what are you meant to do? I mean, look, Man City did this to us. They had all the football. It's what do you do? I don't know what you're meant to do against this team. You can't have the football. They're never going to give it to you. But listen, what a great game of football to watch it is. So at the moment, as it stands, let's have a look at the Premier League table as it stands. Liverpool on 51, Arsenal on 49, Man City on 47. But Man City will join Arsenal on 49 if they can find a winner, and their goal difference is 2 better at the moment. If they win, of course, it will be more than that. And then that's followed by Aston Villa on 46, Spurs on 44, and then Man United back on 38. So Man United have just gone ahead of the rest in terms of that 6th place. And West Ham, stuttering of late, they've not won in 4. But they're still hanging on in that Conference League place. But with Brighton and Newcastle and Wolves breathing down their neck. Then in 11th is Chelsea. And then further back to them are AFC Bournemouth 4 points behind. So, let me know what you thought of the half. They do. They do still have Elliot. Yes, they do. They still have a game in hand. They really, really do. Let's see if I can get some comments. SAVVA, they play like that all the time compared to when they came up. Look, look, you've got to do what you've got to do to survive, right? You've got to do what you've got to do to survive. I thought they played some really nice football in patches against Spurs, if I'm honest. But have they got the players to dominate games? I'm not sure if they do, Mako. I don't know, but let me know. By the way, who hasn't smashed the like button yet? There's 165 of you in here, and so far, only 92 likes. So smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, we're only 11. We're only 11 of 13.1k. So if you haven't subscribed, please do smash this button right here. Smash this button right here. Spurs have a great scoreline so far for our title image. Do you know what I love? I love, Arsenal win yesterday, and the first person to come in my chat today, that Bren Spurs or whatever it is, the Brennan Johnson account, is like, oh, it's good for our title hopes. And I'm looking at the league table going, our title hopes is in Tottenham. Yeah, why not? Well, I'll tell you why not. There's 4 teams above us who are better than us. Like I don't quite know where it's coming from. They do as well. Spurs forever. They do. They do have a lot of injuries. You think they've missed the whole season without Tony. Mbuemo's injured. Vissa, Rico Henry. Yeah, I think they've got 7 or 8 at the moment. Absolutely, Ryan. Got to be at 100 likes. Easily got to be at 100 likes. And we're at 99. So big up to absolutely every one of you. Ryan has said we're on page 1 of the table now. You're on page 1. Have you made it? You are on page 1. You are. I don't have to keep going down to the 11th unless I need to keep the Chelsea fans happy. I'll tell you what, Cunha, whenever I watched him last year, I really liked him, Ryan, but just thought that he didn't score enough. Just lately, I might be getting this wrong. I'm sure I'm seeing him more and more on the score sheet for you guys. Good player. GBC said we should still aim for the title because we finish higher on the table, even if we have no chance of winning it. Well, I mean, yeah, you aim to finish as high as possible, but I mean, we're not going to win the league title. Jay Erdin has said, SAVVA, all we have to do is beat City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, Wolves, Villa, Brighton, and we'll be in a title race. Easy. Easy as pie. Easy as pie. Absolutely. GBC fan says, Cunha is nice, but he's giving me Richie vibes. I think he's a much better footballer than, I mean, different positions, but much better footballer than Richarlison. He always looks like he's got that actual football under control. Ryan G said, people annoy me today saying Cunha is a crap player. No, I think he's, whenever I've seen him, I think he's a good footballer, me. I like him. Wolves keep finding these gems, don't they? Amy, I said, Chelsea not planning to sack Poch anytime soon. I'll be honest, I did half expect to wake up this morning and see that Pochettino had been sacked. By the way, there's no morning show tomorrow. We'll be back on Wednesday. There's no morning show tomorrow, but we will be back on Wednesday. Ryan has said, Cunha is quality, just needs to improve his finishing. I agree. The multi-channel, I'd love Neto, a proper winger. Love him. Liston Hines, big up Liston. How you doing, mate? Sped. Spurs winning the title this year would be the biggest upset in sport of all time. I mean, I think Leicester winning the Premier League title would take some beating, but it would be a massive shock. Chelsea will give Poch the cup final. Spurs wouldn't have. Angus said, Ryan, they're just jealous. Look at the clubs he's played. Oh, I don't know what they're saying. Anastasia Day has said, SAVVA, are you happy your team equalised? Oh, yeah, because I'm a City fan. I forgot. GBC fan has said, Wolves have a better front three than us when we don't have Son. Yes. Amy has said, congrats to Spurs on the transfer window. Yeah. Barat has said the recruitment at Wolves is underrated. It is. I think they've got a really good recruitment team. Very, very good players. You think of all the players that have come, and I mean, look, you know, Nunez left to go to Man City. You know, Neto, Cunha, Sarabia. Ryan Gia said it's just the finishing. His overall game is very good. Proud to be a Geordie. So Chelsea owners can't sell for 10 years so their fans can protest all they want. They can't do anything about it. Chelsea. Jay Erdin has said, Sav, do you think we will beat Brighton? I mean, we have our spine back and there's no excuses. I just don't know what Spurs you're going to get anymore. I really don't know. Because other than that 7 minutes against Brentford, like sort of 7-8 minutes after the start of the rehab, the restart of the second half, I just don't think we've been playing well. Who's got 9 goals and 6 assists in the league? Is that Cunha? No. Has he got that many? Hang on, let me have a look. It's live standings. Wolves squad. Where is he? Cunha. 9. I'll tell you what, 9 goals, 6 assists. So he's got 15 goal contributions in 23 games. That's not bad, is it, for a guy that people are calling crap? I just like him as a footballer. Spurs Forever said, faults on Todd Klein leaving. No faults, really. I mean, people will make a big deal of this. What's he done? I don't really know. I really don't know. Yeah, I think he's done a great job. One, I don't think Wolves are that silly. I don't think Wolves would want Hill, PH, and Cash. I really don't. They tend to buy better players than Højbjerg and Brian Hill. Spurs Forever said, to beat Brighton, we have to score 3 because we always concede 2. I mean, I was told that once Romero and Van der Ven were back, the goals would stop going in, but they're still going in. Yes, Ryan, how has Matt Doherty been? Oh, bless him, Matt Doherty. Getting his contract ripped up at Spurs. We've got to, listen, I think we've got to. Let's have a look. Because, I mean, look, Aston Villa are playing on... Hang on, let's have a look. Fixtures. So Aston Villa are playing Man United at home at the weekend. If we don't beat Brighton and they beat Man United, they'll create a gap. So we've got to win. We've got to win by hook or crook. Doherty is Republic of Ireland, Angus. He's Republic. Tyler said we just need more height and strength in the team. We are getting bullied on set pieces and crosses. Amen to that. Amen to that. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. We're only 8 away now from 13.1k. So thank you very much for all your support. As I said, please note there isn't a morning show tomorrow at 10 a.m. We will be back. Sorry, Jay, did you know the King got cancer? King Charles? Are you a king? You sure? Oh, wow. Yeah, the king has just been diagnosed with cancer. Wow. Well, listen, my thoughts go out to him and the family, and I hope he gets better soon. They haven't said what it is. Wow. Okay, breaking news tonight in the world of the monarchy. Spurs forever. I said I think Villa will beat Man U on Sunday. Villa be annoyed being 2 up and losing to them around Christmas time. Yeah, I think they will. Sorry to hear that, Angus. What type of cancer is it, mate? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah. Okay. I tell you what. Actually, let's move away from talk like that. Let's try and keep it a bit light-hearted. But yes, it is what it is. Yes, we're at home versus Brighton Liston. We are at home, so we've got to win. I wouldn't be against giving him a game in this one. I think João Pedro is going to be a right pain handful. He's been a right handful this season in all competitions as João Pedro. Well, the BBC, Angus, the BBC are saying it's not prostate cancer, but I don't know. Look, whatever it is, listen, thoughts go out to them. Thoughts go out to your dad as well, Angus, and I hope everything gets better. John, the Celtic guide, said, did Ange wind the press up by saying he tried to sign a player that the board wouldn't do it? Yes, yeah, he said that. He was talking about Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari, wasn't he? So that was interesting. Ferrari? Yeah. Ferrari, I think it was Ferrari, wasn't it? My mind's gone bad. Spurs Forever said, Liston on X3 are all at home. Brighton, Wolves and Palace. Yes, they are. Wolves worry me at home. Their pace, their ability to get in behind worries the hell out of me. Anybody with pace to get in behind worries me. But yeah. And how much did they pay for him? How much did Wolves pay for João Pedro? Interesting. God, why is this game not started yet? Why are we not even back from the adverts? Yeah, anyone? How much did João Pedro cost at Brighton in the summer? Anybody? I think Spurs have to play with winning the ball back quicker, progression up the pitch, and more shooting. We definitely need to shoot more. Definitely got to shoot more. Let's have a look. How much was João Pedro? Where's he gone? Brighton squad. João Pedro. Transfers. So 34 million euros. So what would that be? About 27 million, 28 mil, something like that, 29 mil. And what's he done this season? So in the Premier League, he's got 8 goals and 2 assists. In the FA Cup, he's got 5 goals in 2 games. In Europe, he's got 6 in 6. Yeah, he's doing all right, isn't he? He's doing his bit. He's doing his bit. But hey, we're back out onto the pitch now. It's Brentford versus Man City. I'll let you know if anyone's made a substitution. Haaland's back out there. So is Phil Foden. So is De Bruyne. So can't see any of the big guns have gone off. I don't think anyone has. And Brentford will get us underway. Hopefully my timer works. I always mess this up. So Brentford look like they're going to get us underway. And they do. And my timer's worked. I got it first time. So we get underway again. Brentford 1, Man City 1. Brentford lock it forward to Tony, who gives it away. And Man City can come again. Here's Rodri. Back to Vardiol to Ake. They're so calm under pressure, aren't they? Ake back to Vardiol. And there's a ball down the line. Haaland just went a bit too quick there, and Pinnock stepped in front and got it. But the ball given away immediately again by Brentford. And here's Bernardo Silva on the right. So Bernardo Silva slowly going up the pitch to Walker. I mean, I'm guessing if you're Pep, you're just saying more of the same. And I'm guessing if you're Brentford, you're saying just hang on in there and more of the same, right? Here's Alvarez to De Bruyne, but the flick didn't work. They've lost the ball, but they win it back immediately. Here's Kyle Walker to Rodri. Brentford just can't hold on to the ball. Here is Rodri, out wide Silva. Silva to Walker. Walker, good ball into Alvarez. Alvarez to Rodri. He goes back to Diaz. And it's the second half has started exactly the same as the first half. Here is Bernardo Silva into De Bruyne to Walker. Carl Walker with a cross, which hits the first man and out for a throw-in to Man City. And I get the feeling it's going to be just a bit more of the same this half. Here's Carl Walker. He goes all the way back to Diaz. Diaz is going to sweep it across to Ake, is he? No. Yes, he does. He does in the end. He does go out to Ake. Ake to Phil Foden. Foden lays it back to Ake. Everyone for Brentford inside their own half here. Here's Foden. A good ball into Alvarez. Not a good touch from him, though. He's lost it. And Brentford, can they come forward now? That's a good ball. Can they attack down this right-hand side? The ball is whipped into the back post. And Carl Walker, brilliant defending from Carl Walker. He's so quick, isn't he? It's like having Mickey van der Ven in it. When you've got Van der Ven and Walker and these players in your team, they really do stop counter-attacks. Here's Phil Foden gliding through, gives it to Rodri. Rodri to De Bruyne. De Bruyne goes out wide to Vardiol. Here's Rodri. Back to De Bruyne. They're just prodding and probing again. De Bruyne tries to dink one over the top. It's come to Rodri. Rodri's had a shot. It's hit the defender and Tony's gone down. I'm not sure why that was a free kick. I thought he just fell over. Yeah, but that's what you get, Liston, when you've got quality players all over the pitch. Do you know what? One of the things you do I don't know if you've done it, but whenever you do your coaching badges, there's a whole session on giving the ball to somebody, on coaching, how to give the ball to somebody who's got a man on them. And how comfortable are they to do that, and how quick you can move the ball. And City are like what Barcelona used to be. They move the ball so well that they're not afraid to give it to somebody who's. That's a lovely touch by Foden. Here's Haaland, swept across to Alvarez, swept across to Bernardo Silva. They're away here. Bernardo Silva's got Kyle Walker on the overload. It's gone to Alvarez instead. And Alvarez, that's a great bit of defending there, whoever that was on the edge of the box. I think it may have been Serge Reguilon to get his foot and stop that. It looked like it was a very good attack. Here's Brentford, though. The ball's gone down the line to Neil Maupay. Neil Maupay's running down on the left channel, but he's not got anything to beat Diaz there, and it's gone out for a throw into Brentford. Good defending there all round from first Serge Reguilon, then from Ruben Diaz. But there was never really any conviction that Neil Maupay would beat his man. Amy, he was a superb footballer. He was a superb footballer. This, yeah. He was a class act, a real class act, played under Cruyff. So it's a Brentford throwing deep in the Man City half. Coming up to 50 minutes gone. Header out by Man City. De Bruyne chasing it down, but Brentford hook it back into the box, and now Bernardo Silva can head it clear. De Bruyne knocks it onto Foden. That's a brilliant touch from Foden. Brilliant control. The ball's got across. Really good defending that time, I think, by Collins again. And now Tony can come forward with the ball on the right-hand side. Tony pulls the ball back to no one. Nathan Ake can head it clear, and Man City can come again. The game is opening up here. The game is really, really opening up. A ball gone all the way over to De Bruyne, but Reguilon comes across again and heads it out for a Man City throw. So you can see the pattern here. Brentford trying to catch City on the break. That's what, well, I was going to say that's what they did in the first half, but that wasn't how they scored. Here's Rodri into Kyle Walker. Ball spread out wide to Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake can go out wide to Vardiol, can he? He does. He goes to Vardiol. Vardiol goes into Alvarez. Alvarez with the ball back out wide to Vardiol as he go. Yeah, back out wide to Vardiol. There's not many gaps. They're trying to find them. Here's Alvarez into Diaz. This must be so frustrating to play against when you're trying to find gaps when you've got 10 men behind the ball every week. Here's Foden. To Ake. Ake out to Vardiol. Vardiol goes back to Ake. They're just trying to move the Brentford team about. Here's Diaz. Back out to De Bruyne has come out to join them now. De Bruyne is going to come in. Good ball to Foden. He sweeps it to Alvarez. And it's cleared by Brentford for another throw-in to Man City. Here's Phil Foden. Foden goes back to Diaz. Diaz going to play it into Kyle Walker. Walker takes a touch, skips past his man, drives forward with it, goes out wide to Bernardo Silva. He takes a touch, plays it back into Diaz. I think we can see how this second half's going to pan out, can't we? Ruben Diaz now, he's looking, is Haaland going to make that move? He goes out wide to Silva. There's so many Brentford players behind the ball. It's unbelievable. Here's Diaz. They're trying to prod and they're probing again. Here's Walker. God, it is patience, isn't it? Patience from Brentford defending and from... and it's 2-1. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. Phil Foden has scored for Man City again. What a lovely ball from Kevin De Bruyne. Phil Foden has made it 2-1. And let's be brutally honest, it's no more than they deserve. I'm sure VAR will check something, but it is 2-1 to Manchester City. They've been absolutely dominant here. And I'm sure VAR will check something, but Foden, again, what a class act Phil Foden is. This time with a header. Walker played the ball out to Ake. Let's have a look here. So Foden was loitering around the edge of the box. He's well onside. Great run. Great little flicked header, and Flekken couldn't keep it out. But top team, best team in the league by a mile for me. Best team in the league by a mile. Great header from Foden. And now Brentford have got to do something different. I don't think they can just sit back and wait now. I don't think they can sit back and wait. So Man City 2, Brentford 1. Hang on, I'm just having a look. I just want to see how many. So that's Phil Foden's 6th and 7th goals of the season. So that's now Phil Foden has got 7 goals and 7 assists in 21 games. So he's averaging a goal contribution, 2 goal contributions every 3 games at the moment. So not too bad from Phil Foden there. Top footballer. So what have Brentford got? They've been pickpocketed there. Oh, he's won it back. Man City nearly pickpocketed him there. At the moment, as the league table stands, Liverpool top with 51. Man City in second on 49. Arsenal in third on 49. Villa in fourth on 46. So what have Brentford got? Can they do something different? So a ball out from the back from Brentford. It's hooked into midfield. That's better. No, he's gone back inside. Nice. Here's Norgard. A wonderful ball. Wonderful ball spread out wide. Here's Reguilon. Dinks the ball over the top. Cut out by Ake. It's only gone as far as, was that Jensen or Rodoslev? And sliced wide. But better from Brentford. Much better moving the ball through midfield. A very important touch from Ake there. A seriously underrated footballer, by the way, Nathan Ake. Seriously underrated footballer. Always does his job. Always. Here's a ball forward, played into Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland's going to run the channel. He lays it back to Foden, who twists away from Rodoslev into Vardiol. This will make it, by the way, Man City 1 defeat in 23 games if they win tonight, or if they don't lose tonight. 1 defeat in 23 in all competitions and 5 in 5 in the Premier League. Here's Alvarez, puts it out to De Bruyne. De Bruyne has a crack, and it's looped up into the arms of Flekken, who catches that one easily. Ryan, I know that's why when people say, like, "Oh, they're not as good this year," I mean, mate, they're. If you look right, if you look at Man City, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In their last 13 games, they've won 12 and drawn 1. But they're not as good. I don't know what people want. Here's Foden. Foden has a crack. Haaland's annoyed. He's asking why he didn't slip him in. But let's be fair, Foden wanted the hat trick. But it's come back to Man City. Here is Vardiol. Here is Alvarez twisting and turning. Back to Carl Walker. Carl Walker, good ball into Foden. Little cheeky back heel into Rodri. Rodri lays it off to, it was Alvarez who laid it off to Rodri. Rodri's laid it off to Vardiol. Vardiol, can he dink it in? No, he comes back to Ake. Ake's going to put it back into De Bruyne. De Bruyne, one more into Walker. It's dominant here at the moment. Walker to De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Diaz. Diaz back to Foden. Foden, the passing is crisp at the moment. Into Ake. Here's De Bruyne. About 35 yards out. All the way through to Bernardo Silva. He's going to take his man on. Pulls it back to Walker. Walker with a deep ball to the back post. Vardiol heads it across. Does he? It's a corner kick. It's a corner kick. Daniel, I think so. I think it is yes. I think it is yes. I think so. I just think watching them and watching Man City and Liverpool and Arsenal yesterday, I think they're miles apart. City are doing what they normally do, right? They're coming into their own at the right time. Here's Kevin De Bruyne, whips it in, and it's headed away this time by the Brentford back four. Wonderful touch from De Bruyne. Then he whips it in straight into the arms of Flekken. I think the time for everyone to have pulled away from Man City was when De Bruyne, Haaland and Stones were all injured. And no one did. No one did. Tyler, it just, yeah, man. I know, man. I know. We don't get players like that. So what have Brentford got? Can Brentford mix it up? Here's the ball into midfield. They're going to look for the ball over the top. You know that's going to come at some point. There's the ball over the top into Tony. But won there by Vardy. Good defending by Vardy. Given away that time by Diaz. Brentford can now go out wide to Reguilon. Reguilon can whip it in all the way to the back post. And it's a corner kick. The shot came in and Diaz threw his body on the line and it's a corner kick. Great block from Diaz. Much better from Brentford there. The corner... They're asking for a handball. You can't give a handball for that. And then a good block from Ruben Diaz. And it's a corner kick. Yep. So Brentford, again, when they move it quickly and get it over the top quickly, direct balls into Tony. They've got some danger. Here's a corner kick, whipped in, flicked on and away. There was no one at the back post to finish it off. And it's still 2-1. It was flicked on brilliantly. And there was just no one there. No one at the back post. No one at the back post. A real shame. Real shame for Brentford there. That was their best opportunity, I think. So Man City going to bring the ball out from a goal kick. Ederson, short into Diaz. To Foden. Foden, this time his layoff didn't work, but Rodri's covered up for his mistake. Rodri goes back into Vardy. And Man City have made a mess of that, but have Brentford got anything to come in? Here's Tony. Tony dinks it in. It's out for a corner. Much better pressing that time from Brentford. Much better pressing. Man City overpassing out the back there. Overpassing that time. And it's still Brentford 1, Manchester City 2. So can Brentford capitalise from this corner? So the ball's whipped in from Reguilon into the middle, cleared by Nathan Ake. Oh, the shot came back in from Mopé, but it was Vardy that cleared it, and it's a throw-in to Brentford. So a nice little spell here. A nice little spell for Brentford. They've got to make it count because you're not going to get too many. Yeah, Vardy just cleared that nice and easily. So it's a throw-in deep on the left-hand side for Brentford. Looks like it's going to be a long throw. Everyone has backed away and got into the box. The long throw, and it is cleared by Rodri and then cleared by Alvarez. De Bruyne is going to chase it. The ball's gone all the way back to Flekken. De Bruyne is still chasing it, but Flekken can knock it long. And now City have got men forward and they're on the break. Here's Vardy. Vardy goes into Foden. Foden goes into Rodri. Back to Foden. They've slowed the game down here. Vardy, Rodri. They're just taking the sting out of Brentford's play here. Very clever. Here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne, lovely ball into Foden. Foden back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne tries to thread it through. It's cleared this time by Brentford. Every time De Bruyne gets it, though, he sees passes that no one else does. He is a joy to watch. So here's Nathan Ake. De Bruyne again. Ake. Lovely ball into Foden. Lays it off to Rodri. Rodri has a shot from just inside the box and Flekken low down. Easy save that time for Flekken. But City prodding and probing again. Now Brentford, can they go long? Are they going to go long again here? No, they've gone short into Reguilon. Reggie goes back short into, I think, Ben Mee. Now the ball's gone wide to Collins. And Flekken has got the ball again. So 64 minutes gone. Brentford 1, Man City 2. I should be a commentator, shouldn't I? Brentford give the ball away this time. Here's Erling Haaland. Ball into De Bruyne. De Bruyne tried to lay it off to Foden, who was running in, but Brentford had men coming back. And it's a really good game, this. And Brentford lose the ball again. Here's De Bruyne into Haaland. And that time Haaland was just running away from the ball. And De Bruyne pass wasn't very accurate. Yeah, I should be a commentator for like ITV or something. I truly believe it. Here's Serge Reguilon. Good ball, actually, into Maupay. Maupay taking it on the half turn. He plays it down the line to Tony. Tony whips it in first time. It's gone all the way across. Phil Foden's gone over to cover, but it's still with Neil Maupay. They go back to the edge of the box, and a brilliant, brilliant recovery tackle from Rodri. And Brentford can retrieve the ball. It's a good game, this. It's a really good game. And there's a volley over the bar by Ivan Toney. It was a good ball that found him. I never know whether anything's offside now these days, but there was a good ball that found him. But he was leaning back and the volley's gone high and wide. And it's 66 minutes gone. And it's Manchester City winning 2-1 away at Brentford. I think he was onside. He was onside. It was a great pass, but it was always behind him. It was always behind him. And he got over the ball. He got under the ball rather than over the ball. And Man City clear that time. But now Brentford can come forward again. Cross into the box, cleared by and caught by Ederson. Ederson rolls it out to Rodri. Rodri is going to come forward and pass this to Alvarez. Lovely ball, swept out wide to Alvarez. They're just slowing the game down here again, taking a little bit of sting out of the game. Clever play, taking the sting out of it. See, this is what I think Spurs need to do sometimes. Instead of attacking at 100 miles per hour and the ball bouncing back to us, just every now and then put your foot on the ball. Here's Ake. Into Diaz. Diaz into Ake. You watch how many chances Brentford have had tonight against Man City, and Spurs had one half attempt against them in 96 minutes. You know, and this is terrorist football, according to somebody. There's the ball over the top. Here's Alvarez. Thought he was through on goal. He's held the ball up really well. Played it back into Rodri. De Bruyne. Rodri's got it. Tony nearly nicked it off them. Here's Kyle Walker back into De Bruyne. De Bruyne into Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker back to De Bruyne, who's been everywhere. De Bruyne just... This is why when people go, oh, De Bruyne is an attacking midfielder, he just goes where he wants. So does Foden. Don't look at them all. They all go where they want. Here's Nathan Ake into Rodri. I think City will need a third here to kill this game off because I think Brentford, they're dangerous. Here is Alvarez into Foden, back to Ake. Ake to Rodri. Rodri dinks it all the way across to Bernardo Silva, who brings it down. He goes back into Kyle Walker. Walker, they're just making Brentford run, getting tired and more tired. Ake back to Diaz. Diaz out wide to Alvarez, who, again, coming from right to left. He goes in to Foden, back to Alvarez. Just behind him, it's fallen to Vardiol, who whips it in over Haaland's head. He tried to head it in. It went over his head to Serge Reguilon. And now can Brentford bring it forward? They've gone all the way back to the left back, who knocks it long, gives it away. Foden chests it down to Rodri. Rodri back into Ake, and Man City can come again. It's hard, isn't it? You know what they're going to do, but it's so difficult to stop it. Here's Phil Foden. Here's Phil Foden. Phil Foden has a hat-trick for Man City. Philip Foden has a hat-trick for Man City, and that is how simple football can be. What a lovely goal that was. It is Brentford 1, Man City 3, and Phil Foden is just, I mean, he plays where he wants. He just floats about. Wonderful touch, wonderful control. And he's got a hat-trick tonight. And for all the players they've signed, this guy was from the academy. Let's have a look at this. So Rodri got the ball, put it into Foden, to Haaland. Haaland laid it off. Foden just ran through the gap. 3 of them there, couldn't get near him. And he just slotted it home. Yeah, he just, I mean, Foden picked up a wonderful gap in between all 3 of the Brentford defenders there. All 4 of them. And just tucked it in. Flekken had no chance. And it is now Brentford 1, Man City 3. And Phil Foden has got a hat-trick in the space of 25 minutes. And the Man City fans are going mad. They're giving it that to him like he didn't know he'd scored 3. So, hat-trick for Phil Foden. This game, for me, looks like it's over. But, listen, Mark, absolutely, when the Arsenal fans want to talk about Saka, watch this lad play. This guy, compared to Saka, is a million miles apart. So, Jeremy Doku has come on now for Bernardo Silva. Can you imagine that, right? You see Bernardo Silva go off and then you've got the pace of Doku to deal with. Gosh, it must be horrible. It must be horrible. So Phil Foden with 8 goals and 7 assists so far this season in 21 games. So 15 goal contributions in 21 games for Phil Foden. There's a ball played down the line, given away by Brentford. And you just got to hope for Brentford's sake that they don't take a battering here. I think Man City have been very, very good. I think Brentford have done bits in spells, but I just think that they've been very, very good here, Man City. Apparently not as good as last year, but I think they're going to do the treble again. I really, really do. Here's Rodri back out wide to Alvarez. Yeah. Yeah, our star boy. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. 15 million. Oh. Here's Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake out to Kevin De Bruyne, Kevin De Bruyne has played some delicious passes tonight. Haaland with the assist in all that, by the way. Here's Jeremy Doku into Alvarez. Alvarez is shrugged off the ball this time. Can Brentford break here? Look how quickly they're back around him. And they're pressing well. Brentford have played that one well, actually, but they're pressing well. I know Foden has played out of position for England, but is there another reason he's never quite at the heights he does for City? I just think he needs to play him regularly and play him in his position regularly. You've got to remember as well, England don't play this type of football. Phil Foden must hate playing in a Southgate team. They're both different players, but one is just technically superb and the other one is Saka. Here's Kyle Walker. Out wide to Doku. Doku's going to run at them. He's running at them with pace. He's going across the pitch. This time, he's laid it off to Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne can lay it off to Foden. Foden to De Bruyne. Back to Ake. To De Bruyne. Here's Alvarez. Yes. Here's Doku on the right-hand side. Doku pulls it back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne back to Walker. I dread to think what the possession stats and the passing stats have been. This time, Foden's given it away, has he? But he's won it back. He gave it away, then won it back within about 2 seconds. Here's Rodri, Haaland, Rodri. And they got a lot of minutes tonight in the legs of De Bruyne and Haaland as well. Ominous signs for the rest of the league. And let's have a look who Man City have got this this weekend. Man City have got Everton at the Etihad at 12:30 on the 10th, which is Saturday. So on Saturday at lunchtime, Man City at home to Everton. So it means by 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, Man City could be back to the top of the table if they beat Everton at the Etihad. Here's Doku into De Bruyne. De Bruyne, great ball to Doku. Doku drives it across and cleared by Collins. But what a bit of football from both De Bruyne and Doku there. But now Brentford, can they come out with it? There's a great ball. Serge Reguilon on the left-hand side crosses the ball, but Kyle Walker blocks it, and it's a throw-in to Brentford. I agree. For as well as Arsenal did to win that game, what they've done is made City the favourites again, away from Liverpool, right? I think they'll put 4 or 5 past Everton. I do. Unfortunately, I think they're in that mood at the moment, aren't they? Where they're just destroying teams. Arsenal away at West Ham, going to be interesting. West Ham are not in any sort of form though, so I would expect Arsenal to go there and win. I can't see it all, Tobago. I can't see it. I can't see it at all. I can't see it. So Brentford have now just brought on Damsgaard. So Damsgaard on with 14 minutes to go. Ben Mee with a throw-in on the left-hand side. Cleared by Man City. De Bruyne into Haaland. Haaland's beaten to the ball, but Doku tries to win it back. Here's Ivan Toney, though. The ball's fallen kindly for him. It's through to Mopé and Nathan Ake with a touch away. Good defending from Ake. And it's a corner kick to Brentford. I do think, Angus, I do think you will beat West Ham. They're not in good form at all. They've not won in their last 5 Premier League games. Is it 5? West Ham have not won in their last 4 Premier League games. 3 draws and a defeat. I think that you're going to win it. Corner kick from Brentford. Headed across straight at Ederson. Straight to Ederson. Here's Phil Foden. I agree, listen. I think they've done some lovely bits in moments. I just don't know how teams live with this City team when they're like this. And you know what will happen is at the beginning of next season as well, when Man City aren't in 2nd gear, 3rd gear, everyone will do the same thing again and say, oh, they're not as good as last year. And then they just turn it on when they want to. Here's Alvarez, tackled this time. Are they going to win it back? No, great turn, whoever that was. Good touch. Back into Reguilon, into Pinnock. Pinnock's going to go out wide to Collins. And Man City trying to deal with this ball over the top. The Brentford players crossed it in. There's no one in. Well, it was a poor cross. And Toney wasn't in there, wasn't close enough to get into that. Here's Jeremy Doku on the right-hand side. Jeremy Doku has got 2 men, 3 men for company. Plays a lovely ball into Rodri. Rodri gives it away this time. And an uncharacteristic slip. And it's a free kick to Brentford. So off comes Serge Reguilon for Brentford on the 79th minute. And in his place is Christopher Ayer. Spurs forever. Who do you think takes the last place? Let's have a look at the league table. I don't know. Brentford need to find some wins from somewhere. Palace are not in good form. Everton are not in good form. I think it's going to be interesting. I don't know. If I'm brutally honest, I don't know. Here's Alvarez on the break for Man City. The ball's into De Bruyne. De Bruyne's through on goal, is he? I don't think he's quite got the legs to get away from the defender, but he's held it up brilliantly and brought it back to Doku. Liston says, SAVVA, what do you think of the Alisson Howlers yesterday? Yeah, look, Van Dijk and Alisson got themselves in all sorts of pickle, didn't they, yesterday? It wasn't a great game for either of them. These days happen, right? These days happen. It wasn't a great day for either of them. And they paid the price. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if they're having a look to see if this is a... I think that was a free kick, wasn't it? Edison and Mopé just having a bit of a laugh together. And nothing doing. For me, that's a free kick. So, Rodri into Phil Foden. Phil Foden sitting now just sort of winding down this last 10 minutes unless they have another little burst for another goal. Here's Nathan Ake. By the way, we're only 6. Oh, that's a great ball over the top from Ake. Alvarez takes his man on, but whoever that was, I think it was Ethan Pinnock, got back to make the recovery tackle. Great defending that by Ethan Pinnock. And then Brentford give the ball away again. By the way, we're 6 subscribers away from 13.1k. 6 of you. If you haven't smashed that button, please do. Please do. This is the link to subscribe. And we're only, I don't ever ask for super chats. I'm not asking anyone to be a member, but if you could subscribe and like, that would be amazing. Carl Walker is arguing with the ref about something. I don't know what's happening here. So the only problem is when you haven't got the sound on, I don't actually know what the issue is. Who's currently the best centre-back in the league, in my opinion, says Angus. I still do think it's Virgil van Dijk. I know he made it. He had a bad game yesterday, but on the whole, I still think it's Virgil van Dijk for me. But listen, I like Van Dijk. I like Diaz. I like Van der Ven. I like John Stones. I like Saliba. There's a few good defenders in this league, but I still think Van Dijk is the best. You had a bad game yesterday, but it's very rare that you see that from him. Man City win the ball back deep in the Brentford half. Foden slows it down back to Rodri. Rodri back to Foden. I wonder if they're going to take him off and get him his round of applause for his hat-trick. Here's Phil Foden again. Back to Ake again. Did anyone see yesterday which players had the most touches in the Premier League this season? Who do you think it was? Who do you think it was, anyone? The most touches in the Premier League this season. I saw it yesterday on Sky Sports. I was a bit surprised. Let me know if you saw it or who you think it might be. Man City here driving forward. And it's offside or a free kick. It's a free kick, I think. Brentford's next 6 fixtures are Wolves away, Liverpool at home, City away, West Ham away, Chelsea at home and Arsenal away. Not easy. Not easy. It's a centre-back who's got the most touches in the Premier League this season. It's a centre-back. In the Premier League, he's got the most touches of the football this season. It was definitely a centre-back, everybody. Good evening or morning to Ren. How you doing? Hope you're well. No, Angus. Yes, it is Lewis Dunk. No, Angus. Everything is not Arsenal. Everything is not an Arsenal player. Here's Haaland. Flicks it back and cleared away. Alvarez brings it down, has a shot and saved by Flekken. I hate to think. It is Dunk, everyone. It is Lewis Dunk. Yeah, he's had the most touches in the Premier League this season. So it shows how much he gets on the ball for Brighton. Here is Alvarez. Alvarez pulls it back, and it's going to go out for a throw-in right by the corner flag. Oh, you cheeky. Big up to Dan Skyline. Eric Dyer being lauded by the Bayern Munich fans, by the way. Big up, Dan Skyline. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. Caught us for the last 5 minutes or so of this watch along. Here is Jeremy Doku on the right-hand side. Jeremy Doku takes his man on, pulls it back, all the way across to De Bruyne, who's just wide with his volley. Just wide. That was very nearly 4-1 to Manchester City. As it stands, it's Manchester City 3, Brentford 1. Erling Haaland is coming off for Manchester City. Erling Haaland is coming off for Mateo Kovacic. I mean, look at the players they bring on. Players like Mateo Kovacic. I'm a big fan of Kovacic, by the way. I think he's a really good footballer. And imagine you got that move from Chelsea to City. You live in that dream, ain't you? Yeah, obviously he's got to come back to fitness, but he was involved in the third goal. Listen. When you score 55, 60 goals a season, Amy, you can do pretty much what you want. There's a ball given away by Brentford to the path of Doku. Doku's going to run at them with his pace. He's running at them, and they've crowded him out that time. Yeah, KDB's been fantastic today. I'm just not sure in a game that's been won 3-1 that you can't give man of the match to the guy that scored the hat-trick. I think you've got to give it to him. Here's Rodri. Rodri into Kovacic, out wide to Diaz, and this game is all as good as done unless Brentford can get one back in the next couple of minutes. Here's Kovacic to De Bruyne. City just toying with the wall in midfield at the moment. You're not missing anything. Nathan Ake's on the ball now. Into Foden. Good touch. Back out to Kovacic. Here's Diaz. Diaz is going to dribble through. Diaz is dribbling through. Puts it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne, is he going to find that first-time ball? No, he goes to Diaz, who's still up there. Back to De Bruyne. Can you imagine having Kevin De Bruyne as a teammate? It must be a joy to just give him the ball and run off him and let him find you. Here's Nathan Ake. De Bruyne back to Kovacic. Back to De Bruyne. City lost a game to Aston Villa in December. But they've lost 1 in 24, I think, in all competitions now. They're the most informed team in the league as well. It's worrying with Everton coming up next. Here's Jeremy Doku. Walker. Ake. It's keep ball now, isn't it? Kovacic. And I think Brentford want this game to be over. They'll know they'll be very tired after this. Diaz out to Ake. I mean, good luck with that, my friend. Good luck with that, James. Good luck with that. If you think this Arsenal team's going to beat this City team to a title, then well done to you. Good luck. I can't see it in a million years. They've got to be one of them. They've got to be one of them. Yeah, Brentford now just struggling to get any sort of foothold in this game. They're not getting the ball off Man City at all here. According to my app, Man City have had just shy of 700 passes in this game. Just shy of 700 passes. To give you some context, Brentford have had something like 240. Here's Phil Foden on the half turn, plays in Vardiol. They're asking for handball. I think it was harsh if you gave that. I can't see who's going to beat them to the FA Cup or the league. Champions League, I don't know. But yeah. Tyler has said Arsenal have a better chance of not getting top four than winning the title, and that's not saying they're bad. That's just how good City are. No way they don't win. Impossible now with them all healthy. Look, I told you, everyone talks so soon. Like after 10 games, 12 games, 15 games, everyone goes so overboard. Kovacic, ball into Rodri, back to Kovacic, back to Walker. Walker dinks it down the line to Doku, and it's out for a throw into Man City. Yeah, good luck with that, Angus. Good luck with that. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. Kovacic heads it on to De Bruyne. De Bruyne brings it down. He's still running. He's still got it, but they've managed to get it off him in the end with 3 players around him. And Flekken can put it out for a throw-in. There's 5 minutes of injury time. 5 minutes of injury time. 4 minutes of that 5 to go. Exactly, Spurs King. Good field tilt. Every time I read that, it does make me laugh. I don't even know what it is. I just don't know what field tilt is. What a load of nonsense. Angus, there's many better teams than you in the Champions League. I love how good you think Arsenal are. I love it. You keep saying these outrageous things. Here's Nathan Ake. He thought about the shot but didn't. Went out to Vardiol. Here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays the ball through to Ake. Ake squares it across and Brentford clear it. I mean, straight away, I'm going to go with the obvious. Like Inter Milan, Man City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. Sorry, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Loads of teams. I don't think. Sorry, when did you suddenly become this top team that you think you are? You finished second in the league once. Like, what are you doing, Angus? I watched Inter Milan last night. Very good football team. I watched them. Very good football team. Angus, they've let in 10 goals all season. You don't watch their football. Inter Milan are a very good football team. Very good. But the problem is, Angus, you're the most biased fan I've ever seen. It just gets really silly when you comment about Arsenal. You're the most biased fan ever. You've done nothing to suggest you're this top club. And now you're talking about, there's not many better teams than you in the Champions League. I don't understand it. Where has this come from Arsenal fans? Where has this arrogance come from? I've watched Inter a lot this season. They're a very good team. Oh, go away, Angus. You're boring now. He's getting. Sorry, I like Angus, but he's just getting silly now, isn't it? Look at all the teams in the Champions League, and apparently there's not many better than Arsenal. Go. What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, Inter Milan, Champions League finalists last season, and look at Angus going, better than us. Yeah, I think they're better than you. Yeah, thank you, Ren. Sorry, he winds me up because it's just silly comment after silly comment. You go, who's the best striker in the league? You'll find it to be an Arsenal player. Then it's who's the best defender in the league? It's an Arsenal player. Everything is Arsenal. It's like he doesn't watch any other football around the world. Absolute madness. I watched Inter Milan last night. I watched the Inter Juve game. Good game of football, by the way. Really good game of football. And I thought Inter Milan were excellent. Calhanoglu was absolutely superb last night, if anyone watched it. And their defence is rock solid. Rock solid. Docker was absolutely skinned his man, pulls it back. Here's Rodri. There's about 20 seconds left. Kovacic into Rodri. Rodri into Foden. City don't need to do anything here. Do I think Denzel? No, Denzel Dumfries for me is too hit and miss. Sometimes I watch him and I think, yeah, he looks like a really good player and a good athlete. Other times I think he's a bit clumsy. But, I mean, when you think about the 4 wing-back options that Inter Milan have got, who is it? DeMarco, Darmian, Dumfries, and I'm missing one, aren't I? Who am I missing? I'm missing one. It's all over. It's all over here. It's 3-1 to Man City, and it's been a bit of a trouncing, really. Good game, though. Very good game of football, and I'm sure that everyone enjoyed it. Who is it? Dumfries, DeMarco, Dumfries, DeMarco, Darmian, and who's the other wing back? They've got 4 wing backs. And Augusto as well. They all played at some point last night. And DeMarco, I thought, was excellent on that left-hand side. I thought he was brilliant on that left-hand side. Pavard was superb. Serbi was brilliant. And Bastoni looked really good as well. They don't let in goals. They don't let in goals. They've got very good forwards. I thought Thuram had a good game last night. But guys, girls, I am going to leave it there. Big up to absolutely everyone for watching. Please smash the like button. Please do subscribe as well. Look at this, right? Look, we are 3 subscribers away from 13.1k. If you would smash that button before I leave, that would be amazing. Thank you to everyone. And just remember, Angus thinks that there's not many better teams than Arsenal in the Champions League this season. Just the same way that Arsenal have just signed Neto, Tony and Zubimendi, just like Angus said. Big up to each and every one of you. Thank you very, very, very much for joining me. The game has finished. Brentford 1, Man City 3. Enjoy your evenings. I'm going to go and spend some time with my wife. Take care. Much love. And just remember, there won't be a show in the morning, but I'll be back on Wednesday. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.